I'm Tandy. Today's stream we're going to be playing Boros Convoke, featuring new cards from Murders at Karlov Manor. This deck has been around in Pioneer for quite some time now, about a year, but it has gone through a couple different iterations and changes since it was first put into the format. And now with the new set, we actually have even more cards that we can add to the archetype to make it more consistent, as well as more explosive. To start, we are a creature-based deck playing a host of 1-drops in order to convoke our large creatures like Venerated Luxodon, which can buff our whole squad, or Knight Errant of Eos, which can go find more creatures to put onto the table. This is the heart and soul of the deck, these 8 cards, and everything that we do is built around that. The way that we enable that is with those 1-drops, but we also have Gleeful Demolition that makes 3 1/1s when you destroy your own artifact to help burst us into playing a turn 2 5-drop Convoke creature. That happens quite often. I think the deck is strong because of that potential start, but sometimes it has trouble closing the game, which is why it plays things like Imadane's Recruiter, Reckless Bushwhacker, and the like. Now, one of the newer additions to the deck is Warden of the Inner Sky, an excellent 1-drop that gains evasion, helps fix your draws, it gets large, and it gets vigilance too, so it can play defense later on. This is not from the new set, but this is from the previous set, and it has been one of the better additions to the deck in recent memory. The newest set added 2 cards to the archetype that we are going to be talking about today. The first is Novice Inspector, which is a virtual reprint of Thraben Inspector with a different name. And since we're already playing 4 copies of Thraben Inspector, I felt like maybe we should play a couple more. I've been wanting a couple extra artifact generators to go from 12 to 14, and now we have exactly that with the Novice Inspectors. And the 1-drops that we were playing, and some of the weaker 2-drops, we can cut from the deck entirely in order to make room. The other new card that we're adding to the deck is War Leader's Call. This is a 3-cost enchantment, gives all your creatures +1/+1, excellent with a host of 1-drops and token generators, but it also says whenever a creature enters the battlefield under your control, deal 1 damage to each opponent. And so later in the game, this is going to be double-sided as a buff for our squad to attack, but if our opponent plays a sweeper effect like Supreme Verdict or similar, we have the ability to just kill them by playing creatures. And I think that that's really where the true strength of War Leader's Call lies. It's an Anthem effect, sure. Anthem effects are great with tokens, but that second part is just very difficult for some decks to beat. Sideboard, Wedding Announcements. This is for Rakdos Mid. Raidain, God of the Worthy. Backside is Valkamira. That one's for Rakdos Sack. Front side's for Lotus Field, Blue-White Control. Folly Garden of Thraben, excellent against spell-based decks. Rest in Peace, 1-of against Phoenix and other graveyard strategies. Containment Priest, mostly for Amalia combo. We may want 3 of these. I've had 3 in the past and they've been good. 3 copies of Torch to Tower, 1-drop removal, excellent for dealing with problems. We have a bunch of ways to sacrifice things. I was playing Duskwatch Reliquary for a while to help out against mono green because it's a very similar effect in terms of what you have to pay for what you get. But without mono green really being a presence in the format, I think Torch the Tower is better because it's better against a Molly combo for being an instant. 2 copies of Running Volley, great against all manner of white and blue creature decks. And then lastly, 1 Gigantha the Wellspring as our companion. This is Boros Convoke with War Leader's Call and Novice Inspector. Let's play a league. All right, opponents on the play. Unfortunate. It's okay. Opener is pretty mid, but I think I'm going to keep it. That's Mulligan. We'll keep this one. I think we probably put back a land. We have the turn 2 Warden activate. Fanatical Firebrand, huh? So we're probably playing against goblins. This is awkward. Imadane's is pretty weak here. The Warden of the Inner Sky can play defense, though, which is nice. Alright, let's go for Warden. Next turn, we can go Epicure, Pump, Gleeful. Something like that. Pretty good. Alright, we'll take the 2. Maybe I shouldn't have put back that land. Alright, let's look for a land here. And instead of blocking, I'm just going to put another counter on this. So now we're in a pure racing scenario. Luckily, their land came into play tapped, so we have a shot. Instigator's pretty good because of the Horde Master. We're going to take 3. Or are they going to hold this back? Interesting. They're probably going to do some trading next turn because they have the Horde Master. Maybe we should just put a counter on our thing and attack with a flyer. Alright, we are going to bottom the Thraben. Back for 5 Veggies. We're going to play a little bit of defense. Maybe attacking with the Goblin token's better, but it gives them a Rumble Belt or Renvelt Horde Master trigger, which I don't love. Fable of the Mirror Breaker. That one's not so scary. Not at this juncture. Now that one is a little bit. I don't think they can really attack. Alright, so now the question is, can we force them into a bad block with a second War Leader's Call? So if we play War Leader's Call, attack for 6, we can probably kill them next turn with Immodanes. And we can hold back our blockers. But by attacking, we force them to block, which makes a lot of their prospective follow-ups worse. But we're not really threatening lethal. Alright, so if this is putting them to 8, and so they have to block 2. If we attack with everybody. And if they could play the thing that makes my tokens not be able to block. But I think we just attack with Warden. Because we just expose ourselves to too much on the swing back. And then next turn, they should be dead to Warden. They're going to discard up to 2 cards looking for a kill here. The Castle Embereth is not lethal, I don't think. Nykthos. They discarded Nykthos. That one could have been pretty bad for us. Their Prospector. That one's scary with the Horde Master. So let's see what they find. Okay. Chandra they can't play. They can only play Goblins. I think they're just looking for the Battlecry Goblin, would be my guess. But I think at this point they're sacking too many things. Not that they have an option. They're just dead on board otherwise. Found the Snoop. Snoop's potential. All right. They got to keep going with the Prospector, so they'll probably sack Firebrand. All right. I think we're safe now. I don't think that there's anything infinite they can do. I guess they can find a host of goblins off the top for the Snoop. Now they have to sack. Oh, they don't have a thing to sack. Okay. Interesting game. All right, so this is a Torchlight Tower matchup. I think it might be a Wedding Announcement matchup as well, because we just have to get a little more defensive. This is definitely a matchup where Warden is exceptional. I think this is a matchup where Immodanes can come out because we're being a little more interactive. And while the War Leader's Call was decent there, I don't think it was... Maybe it was better than Wedding. Let's just leave it in because it's new. I'm not sure that this is a matchup where you want it, though. But it does make combat harder for the opponent, which was good there. All right, this is an easy mulligan, no lands. All right, this is a gray hand we're going to keep, and I'm going to put back the War Leader's Call because we're just all in on the Luxodon. All right, we're gonna lead with Epic here because I like blowing up with demolition the blood token more than I like blowing up a clue token, and our lands are dual lands, so it's fine. I'm guessing they have a braid or something similar, so I'm just going to attack and play a Thraben. They didn't play a 2-drop. I'm very weirded out by it. There's no like flash goblins or whatever. I know this is like pretty passive or whatever, but I was assuming that they would kill Thraben or an Epicure or something. They did have the braid. Pat myself on the back for that one. Snoop with a Snoop on top. Alright, then Ornithopter. I'm gonna target the blood. And then I'm gonna do the Venerated, just so we can start attacking. Nykthos, Shrine to Nyx with Conspicuous Snoop. It's quite cool. I'm into it. Chain Whirler, a little late on that one, Chief. Alright, but we can attack with a couple things and then play Knight Errant. What if we just full Convoke? Just play for a long game. I think that's fine. Alright, they just conceded. Do the opponent showed Zerda. Okay, I have no clue what's going on over there. Some combo deck probably, so let's be as fast as we can. Maybe we start with the Ganja Warden. And we'll go Epicure buff this, probably. Hopefully we draw another 1-drop. Don't need another land. Warden gets in there. Next turn, War Leader is pretty good. Maybe we'll main phase Resolute and double buff this. I'm going to play War Leader's Call. Maybe they're just some sort of blue-white control deck. So this means they can't have temporary lockdown. If they counter this, we'll just buff the Warden. If they don't counter it, I'll just attack with everybody for 7. Play Ornithopter, I guess, so we can tap 3 artifacts to buff the Warden. Attack for 5 if they counter this. What's up, T-Spain? How's it going, buddy? No more lies. No more lies. It's countered. You got it. I hate. Do I have to pay? Do I have to click it 3 times now? Don't need that land. Tandy, are you feeling like Gruul with Undrag the Quake Mole might have some legs? I don't know if that card's any good. It's a weird one. It's new and it's weird. Makes it difficult to evaluate. Top card? Maybe this is some sort of flash deck where all the creatures have activated abilities. I'm really not sure what's happening. Dessert is really throwing me for a loop. 8 power for 4 mana is quite big. Get lost. Okay. Top card is another Resolute Reinforcements. I think I'll keep that one. Shark Typhoon fixed yet? I think so. That one can't be in the deck either because of Zerda, if I'm not mistaken. Although cycling might count as an activated ability. Can someone confirm Zerda, Treasure, or Shark Typhoon? Cycling doesn't seem like an activated ability though, because there's no colon. Cycling counts for Zerda. Learn something new every day. All right, let's start with an attack. And now, if they do have a Wrath next turn, we go Resolute into Channel Sokunzon for lethal. So I guess we'll just say go. The fact that they're Zerda and don't have lockdown makes me very happy. All right, this is fine. They can have 1 mana removal spell to not be dead, maybe. Something like that. We're going to crack the clue. They should know about the Sokunzon. Alright, that was a pretty good draw too, because now we have a lethal den next turn. Everything coming up Millhouse. All our lands doing well. Alright, blue eye control. We're going to bring in the Thalias, Rydane, Wedding. And maybe Containment Priest because that has Flash, but maybe not. We got 6 cards coming in. I think this is a matchup where Venerated Luxodon is a bit weaker. World Leader's Call is good. 6 cards. I want to keep all the Immodanes, the Resolutes. Maybe all the Venerateds can go. It's just such a hard cut. I think 1 Ornithopter can come out. Maybe this is a match where Warden is bad. Or weaker than the artifact generators. Alright, we're going to try that. It's maybe wrong. I haven't played against Zerda control, I guess. And I think I have too many cyber cards for the matchup, probably. I think 4 cards is the max you should be bringing in most matchups. So I just need to work out some numbers a little. Maybe cut a demo as well. I think demo is still important. I mean, just look at this hand, right? We'll keep this one. So we'll go turn 1 Epicure, turn 2 Ornithopter, Knight Errant, probably. Demo 2 broken. It's very good. I think I'm just going to Resolute, play around counter spells. They did reveal Zerda, so they still don't have lockdown. I thought maybe they'd juke sideboard. So they do have red cards in their deck. I'm curious what they are. See if they counter this. If they do, we'll go for the Knight Errant. Alright, so now we'll just kind of sit on Resolute into Knight Errant whenever they tap out. This is almost enough pressure. Okay. Helix. Okay. Alright, we're going to play Thalia into Knight Errant. Thalia is a good draw here. And now we have a really good reload. We'll take 2 Imidanes. We got plenty of pressure, so now we just need backup. And the Thalia should contain their verdict for a turn. And then the turn after, we go Gleeful Imidanes after we Resolute on the end step. Assuming that we get swept. Don't have to worry too much about a flash threat here. They don't have Warden mana, or Emperor mana. They don't have Settle the Wreckage mana. This is a bad attack. It was just automatic. We also have the Thalia disrupting things they can be doing. So we'll just plan on Resolute. Say go. We're not going to pop the blood because we need a demo target. Cycle Yadaro. Okay, so when you cycle it, let me read it. So as Trample Haste cycles to, when you cycle it, shuffle it into your library for your graveyard. If you cycle a card named Yadaro 4 more times this game, put it on the battlefield. Cool. If they go land verdicts, we'll go Resolute into Imidanes unless we draw a land. Okay, so now I'm kind of wary of what you calls it? Wandering Emperor. So we're gonna play the Resolute reinforcements and we're gonna force them to have something else by playing the Imidanes. If it's counterspell, that's fine. Alright, we're gonna play the Imidanes, force them to have the counterspell, since we just have a backup. Settle the Wreckage is not something I can beat, so I don't really care. Now we get swept, we'll play Wedding, or we'll go Demo plus Imidane, or we'll just kill them with Imidane. Depending on what life they're at, what Sweeper does, etc. How much mana they have up. Can't be Farewell. Dream Trawler. I don't think that works. I just know I have another Imidanes. So I'm going to go up to 6 and then take a million. Good game. People just want to try new stuff. Just Got Control seems pretty sweet, but I just had a great draw. All right, we'll be on the draw for game number 1. Opener is reasonable. We're going to keep 1-landers that have all 1-drops and some Wardens seem pretty good. And if we draw a land, we'll be in good shape. Put a mulligan to 6. Yeah, but making sure you always have enough and you don't have too much. That is the trick, you know? Theme events. All right, so I think I'm going to start off with one of the token generators instead of the Warden. Because this is maybe Fire Impulse, but if it's Phoenix, it's either that or Opt or whatever. And no matter what, I'm probably... I would rather just, like, play the Warden when it's not going to die. But negate in the graveyard, so it's not Phoenix. That's good news. I think Phoenix is a bad matchup. Blue-red Drakes or whatever is probably fine. Alright, let's go Warden. See if they let it resolve. Let's put a counter on it. Stops a land. We don't need the land anymore. I'm going to demo this and then go again. Don't need the land. Looking for one of our Convoke creatures here. This is out of range of like Anger or something similar. Another Jeskai player. Let's probably Absorb. Let's go Warden and see if they counter it. I'm guessing they will counter it. But maybe not. Let's play another Thraben. I'm going to pump the Warden up. I guess we're just getting swept next turn. Let's just pump these. Get this up to 4. I guess they were holding up Absorb in case I had a thing. A buff effect. But we'll just hit them for 8. Take our licks. Try to rebuild next turn. Stern Lesson. Alright. Well, now I'm not so sure about the Wrath. So I'm going to play a Thraben and then put a counter on this post-combat with itself. And just... I don't know. We didn't get Gearhulked or whatever, so that's good. They didn't discard anything of note. If we do get swept, good beats. Mono green, we dropped at 1-1 because I felt like we could make it better. And instead of getting cards to do it, I just swapped to the other deck we had today. That's unfortunate. Love a good temporary lockdown. I almost conceded. I'm going to do this in case my land is a tapped land. Temporary lockdown. Alright, we're going to cast the Luxodon over the Knight Errant because I'm assuming it's going to get absorbed. Or something similar. Is there a good Orzhov deck in the format at the moment? Not to my knowledge. Alright, another Stern Lesson, discarding Stern Lesson. So this is probably a Gearhulk. So I think I'm just going to go for Knight Errant. They also have the ability to animate all, so attacking seems loose. We'll go for Knight Errant. Only hit 1, unfortunate. Go get it down. Maybe we attack next turn. Alright, Gearhulk and the Stern Lesson makes sense. That's why we didn't attack. If they don't have another sweeper or some removal, they might be dead next turn. They're at 5. They have 1 blocker in play. The Hall of the Storm Giants can be another blocker. I'm probably going to pop this blood token at some point. Bonus deck looks cool, though. Temporary lockdown hitting 18 permanents. This is the grossest lockdown I've seen in a minute. When did I play that Sokens on? Oh no! We're getting our Magma Opus. I think this is maybe enough to concede. Let's see what they do. I think they... So they kill 1, tap 2, draw 2. What a nonsense card. See what I draw. I don't think they quite did it right, but that's okay. Let's go... Epicure. think I'm just going to buy Gigantha. Am I dead? Let's see. 5, 10, 14. Can block this. Like, pretty close to dying. It's funny. Urza, Lord High Artificer. Okay. 2/4 with some text on it. Making your instant source and artifacts cost 1 less is cool. Works nicely with Gearhulk and all your Stern lessons. Playing it on 4 with negate backup's pretty sweet. Light zone, weak zone. What does it do on the backside? A million things. They don't have 7 this turn. That's good. Alright, no attacks from them, obviously. So on the backside, this is a million things. Let's see. Activate twice instead of once. So they can gain a bunch of life. Make some blockers. Alright, well. If we win this game, it'll be the most epic comeback that's ever been epic-ted. I guess I'll take a couple absolutes, or resolutes, rather. We'll say go. And now they can flip the Urza. Gain some life. I don't think we can win. In a turn, dig through time. That's probably bad. I don't know if that's good or not, but it doesn't seem very good. Man, I'm kind of jealous of the Stern Lesson Gearhulk control deck. I'm not going to lie. Yeah, I thought Urza Lord High or Lord Protector was a cool, very cool card when I first saw it. The opponent is really living the dream. Seems like a Todd deck, yeah. That's why he just said something back. Alright, so they gain some life. Their next instant or sorcery costs 2 less. And they can, what's the ultimate on it? -10. Ah, it's obliterate. So next turn they can obliterate. So I don't know how I win. I think I need them to not have a counterspell, and I have to draw Imidanes. Their next instant or sorcery costs 4 less. Oh, it's all of them. I'll take 4. 3 mana. Alright, I need Imidanes. Imidanes! No! Alright, you win. Alright. Let's go. Rest in peace. Thalia. Friday wedding? Something like that. Maybe wedding's bad. Wedding seems okay, but not the best. Alright, I'll be on the plate. Opener's great. Keep. Alright, we'll get Warden down. Alright, well, I think putting a counter on our thing is better than attacking for 1. So I'll play around negates. I think Immodane's is just better because it's more damage. They could have the blue-white mana leak here. That's fine too. I'm gonna scry again. Maybe missing 3 damage there for a scry was wrong. We're probably gonna get hit with a lockdown. I don't think I can win if they have the lockdown. Alright, I'm gonna try for a War Leader's Call. See what they do. Okay. Alright. No lockdown, please. That's okay, Kimmy. I'm rooting for them too. Oh, wrong one. Alright, pump you. Tap these 3. Maybe the Epic Cures aren't that bad, but I kind of just feel like I need something a bit bigger. Alright. Cross fingers. Cross fingers. Ah! Stern Lesson. Stern Lesson, not lockdown. That's good news. They can't Gear Hulk next turn. That's good. Let's go. Maybe it was attack. Tap to put a counter, draw a card. I guess I just have to have anti-temporary lockdown cards in my 75, which I don't have. Alright, Thalia plus by Gigantha is a pretty decent turn, though. They're at 10, and they're stuck on mana. They don't have a graveyard for futures. Ours is big and annoying. I know, Gibba. We gotta play like Guardian of Faith and other shit like that. Alright, 2 for 2 there, but they still have 5 cards in hand. Alright, you win. Lauren third path? Yeah, you could play some Laurens. You could play Cathar Commando. There's a bunch of things. Golgari lands. Vessel of Nascency? Oh, are we greasing? Grease Fang is a horrible matchup for my deck, man. Frick. Frick. Alright, let's go Warden. Maybe we can race them. Next turn's a good turn, though. We get to go Novice. Put a counter. Demolition, put a counter. Or we go Novice, Demo, Knight. Novice, Demo, Knight's probably better. Top 5, they did not. Okay, so they're not Grease Fang. They're just some shitty Graveyard Creeping Chill deck. That's good news. We're in business. And I don't mean shitty like their deck is bad, but like I don't have to be afraid of it. I don't want y'all to think that I'm being mean to my opponents. I don't intend to be. Alright, we have to do it like this in order to get the Knight Errant down, but I think it's just definitely worth. We'll take Venerated and Epicure. Insidious Roots is sick. I watched Spike play in that card in Modern and it looked excellent. I'm excited to try it in a couple things. I think there's some infinite combos with it, with Tyvar, that are cool. It's one of those cards that's like, oh, I didn't realize it could do that. And then when you start seeing everything it can do, it gets real dicey. Alright, here comes another chill down to 12. Narcomoeba's going to come in, but I don't really see any problems with what's happening on my end. Alright, we're going to Venerated and get some more creatures in play here. Alright, so we'll go main phase, Resolute. Novice. We can attack with most things. So what do we want to buff? Ooh, maybe I don't attack. I think I just attack for 4. Just because Silver Smoke plus some stuff seems scary. I'm fine with this trade. This is my turn 3, chat. This is my turn 3. Oh, they have Haunted Dead? Concession. Love it. Alright, we'll get the... I think Containment Priest is excellent. Thalia is good. Rest in Peace is good. I think War Leader's Call, this is a matchup where it's not that great. All of our creatures can just attack with impunity, which means the War Leader's Call is unnecessary. I like Imidanes because it just is huge burst. I'm gonna trim a Knight Errant because the game's just not gonna go very long. Same for Warden. Like, it's like a goldfish back and forth. We're gonna have a couple 2-drops to give us some help, but mostly it's just a pure race, and so you don't need as many of the attrition war cards. Easy mulligan. We'll keep, but we need to draw a red source. Oh, we don't need to. It would be nice to draw a red source. I kind of want to put back Gleeful, actually. Maybe we'll put back Knight Errant, just because if we do it, we just venerated. Alright, well, we got a nice sequence if we draw a red source, and we got an okay sequence if we draw any other lands. Or 2 venerated with some Ornies. Alright, any land off the top lets us venerated. Red source off the top lets us do some more stuff, I guess. I don't know. Maybe we save the demo. Satyr Wayfinder. Found Creeping Chill. So we know they have Overgrown Tomb in hand. Warrior seems to go with Ogier. Yeah, it's like I don't know that one needs the other. You know, like they're both just kind of messed up. All right, so we go Ornithopter, Valdarin, Venerated, hold the demo. Or we just go demo, Ornithopter, full Blonsky, hold the other 2. No, we Ornithopter. No, we have to do it to put a counter on everybody. Alright, nice turn 2. Holding the Ornithopter is maybe a mistake in case we draw. I guess there's nothing that buffs it. This deck is just like not in the format, but people just have a million 3-mana sweepers. I'm gonna buy Gigantha over playing the Epicure. I think it's just more. It's better to be more mana efficient in that spot. Alright, we know they still have an Overgrown Tomb. Alright, we'll go get our basic. Now, if we draw a land, we can play Gigantha. Well, you quit aggro and Pioneer. I mean, I don't know. It's just all about trends. Alright, so they did not find a way to put a Malcolm into play. They found Silver Smoke Ghoul. They took Stitchers. So they have a Stitchers and an Overgrown Tomb and 2 randos. Alright, let's go Talia. I'm going to go ahead and pitch Ornithopter, looking for a land in case it's tapped. All right, that's a decent draw. For Molly the Perils, yeah. I mean, Peril, Lockdown, Brotherhood's End, 3-mana sweepers, just extremely, extremely good against us. But our deck is built to be able to fight through them to an extent. They found a Scrap Heap, so now they can get back Scrap Heap, which gives back Malcolm. I do like the Novice Inspectors. I feel like I have one of those artifact generators every game, which is nice. All right, there's the Overgrown Tomb and Supplier, so I don't think we know. Did I get chilled that turn? I didn't even see myself get chilled. I'm going to leave back the Thalia to block because they are getting scary. It's not great to be defensive against the zombies style deck, but Path of Peril took all the wind out of our sails, so we just got to play it how it lies. Another scrappy boy. All right. See if they just jam everything. We got 2 good blocks. They get in like 5 damage. Oh, this might be a long game, chat. All their Prize and Malcolms can block. Silver Smoke can block. They have no cards in hand. Immune finds. Oh, it finds Insidious Roots? That's actually insane. That's probably what they're going to take. Oh, what did they take instead? Oh, they did take a Roots. All right, so Insidious Roots says creature tokens you control have tap add a color. Whenever one or more creature cards leave your graveyard, create a plant, and then put a 1/1 counter on each plant. I'm not gonna lie, chat. I'm very close to conceding. We can't really attack. I guess I can just draw a string of shit that starts with a Knight Errant. So let's just chill. Maybe I should have played Ornithopter. Another Narco. Silver Smokes are still stuck. I make a 1/1 plant, or 1/2 plant rather. They sacked Silver Smoke to draw a card. They're going to jam with these, and then they can just bring these back, but, you know, gotta block. Can't just take 6. First strike 1, get the other off. Oh, the fact that Insidious Roots triggers twice on stuff like Scrap Heap is really cool. These are going to grow out of control. We can't win. I'm going to concede soon. Yeah, stupid. GG. Path of Peril. Alright, so how do we beat that? It's got to be Warden. And Thalia's got to go. The Containment Priest is good. Rest in Peace is good. I would love to be on the play. Maybe Thalia on the play is great. Maybe I should have left it, but it's not how the game looked like it was going to play out. We'll keep this one. I have more white cards than red, so I'm going to leave this on white and play Novice. And then if I draw a white drop, I can go Voldaren plus Novice. Or I can just play Resolute, depending on the situation. I do be like that, Disco. I'm sure our opponent before that had a Brotherhood's End or something similar as well. I mean, it's pretty common to just face off against 3-mana Wrath, but seeing Path of Peril, you know, that one is like a little more specific. And, you know, still is backbreaking. I mean, I had what, turn 2, 18 power and just died. All right, Vessel. All right, I am going to Resolute because it's more mana efficient. Later, I can maybe chain Imidanes with a 1-drop, or pair Imidane with a 1-drop. Like, I go end of turn Resolute, untap. If I draw a land, I go 1-drop into Resolute, and if I draw another land, I go 1-drop into Imidane. Top 5. Nothing. Nothing scary. Land? Land, please. Ornithopter. I'll save that for the Imidane turn, probably. All right, we're going to do the same thing. Just play Resolute. All right, what'd you find? Mill 3, we found Scrappy. That one by itself is not very scary because it can't block. Part of me wants to draw a card here, man. I don't know why. Top 4, they found Malcolm and a Chill and a Silver Smoke Ghoul. Wow, that's cracked. That's pretty good. The Silver Smoke Ghoul come back tapped at least? Yeah, all right. All right, now I'm just going to go for... It's not quite lethal, but it's a lot of damage. And I just hope they don't have Path of Peril on the following turn. I have to draw a land. But if I draw a land, I'll be in business. As long as it's not the Den. Annoying. Wonder if I should just kept playing stuff. More 1-drops. Alright, well. My guess is they'll play defense, but we'll see. Oh, okay. Maybe we're getting periled. Back for 6 here is aggressive, but I mean, I'm desperation cracking lands, so. Alright, well, we were playing around as best we could. Didn't get the punish with the recruiter. Alright, so let's go Epicure, Thraben. Next turn we can venerate it, I guess. Worst case scenario. Assuming none of our creatures die, which I guess that's not the best assumption. Bonus deck is really sweet. It's giving me, you know, something to think about anyway. Insidious Roots with Narcomoeba stuff is sweet. Alright, they're going to start by sacking Silver Smoke Ghoul. Because it does come back from the Creeping Chill. Oh, they didn't play Creeping Chill. I don't understand. Take the 3 down to 8. Alright. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We can't quite kill them. They might have Assassin's Trophy. Alright, your go. Let's hope they don't have another sweeper. Even if they do, they didn't have a trophy for the Luxodon, so we could still maybe push through lethal with Imidanes over a couple of attacks. Hardcast Creeping Chill down to 5. I think we can lethal them with Imidanes. They're 12. They have one blocker. 3, 6, 9, 12, 13. I guess they can have something here. I'm going to crack a blood because I don't think I'm going to get another turn. Maybe I will, though. But if I crack the blood to discard Imidanes, I can draw a land 1-drop, which should lock up a kill. I can draw Ornithopter, which should lock up a kill, even through removal. Alright, well, we didn't find it, but that's okay. We'll just go for it. Scary. Awesome. Alright. I do like the Novice Inspectors. I'll say that. They're the most obvious good card addition. Whereas the other one, the, what's it called? I don't know. That blue-red land? Ooh, that's kind of cool. I wonder if that's going to be good in like a Gearhulk strat. Well, doesn't matter now. I guess we'll take some more ones. The Resolute's fine, I guess. Maybe I should go Epicure and Resolute. Pretty good turn 2, if I do say so myself. Oh yeah, that was Bomat the other night. Testing. Posted on Twitter. Why do you feel the deck is terribly positioned? Because people just have 3-mana sweepers? I think the main deck Thalia has helped a lot against the 3-mana sweepers, and the War Leader's calls are not good for doing that. Alright, so let's just swing. We're definitely swinging for 4. Maybe 5. 6, 7. 8. This seems right. And then we'll go Resolute Epicure Knight. Wrong kid died. Alright, so I'm not really afraid of a 3-mana sweeper anymore. So let's just go Resolute into Epicure into Knight Errant full, so we can refuel. This is turn 3, by the way. Turn 3, by the way. Turn 3, by the way. It's like every draw's like this, which means that like the 3-mana cards are just like a perfect foil, right? Because this shit is crazy. This is crazy. This is so ridiculous. Yeah, even if they have the sweeper, they're taking 8. And lethal with my guy. This is 3 blue-red like control decks out of 5. That's kind of wild. Alright. Haters and shambles. How'd I end up in Space Jam? That's what every Warner Brothers character said. Alright, sounds pretty good. They mold a 6 as well. Thundering Falls. Sometimes you take the odds, yeah. And sometimes you get roasted. Torch the tower. Alright. Alright, we're gonna go for a Thalia. Just want to like mess up any card draw effects they may have. Messes up some of the removal as well. I like that Thalia messes up Rending Volley in that spot. That makes me extremely happy. Alright, 2-mana Spike Field makes sense. Alright, so we'll go tap Sacred Foundry, say go. Play in a turn Resolute into probably Luxodon to play into a counterspell, so their Knight Errant resolves. Or they just go Fable. That's fine too. Maybe now we just Venerate it while the shields are down. They only have 2 cards left. One of them feels like a removal spell. This might be Creativity. I might get cracked next turn. Zuck says, "Sup, first I'm able to catch a stream. Are you preparing for any big events?" I am testing for the Apex Gaming Team Open that is at the beginning of March, and I am in the Pioneer seat, and I'll be playing with friends Bomac Courier and Zach Weaver. 2 locals from Roanoke who are awesome folks. I was going to be playing with L8 Rap, but he is unable to attend. Actually, we're going to do Knight Errant because I need something else to do this turn. Other than... I just need something else to do this turn, maybe. 2 Immodanes. Maybe 1 Immodane and the Warden. Put a bottom of the Ornithopter. It's like an extra damage with Immodane, but that's not a big deal. Let's see if we get killed. Maybe I can bring in... Oh, another... It's Magma Opus. So it's not Creativity. It's another Gearhulk deck. Oh, I guess they also play Creativity Gearhulk. Never mind. So they can attack first. Alright, let's hope their last card's not Creativity. If it is, we're probably screwed. Ugh. Man. A lot of Gearhulk Creativities, huh? Or a lot of Gearhulks in general. Gearhulk Opus. Deduce. Draw a card and investigate. I've never seen that card. That's awesome. This card is Think Twice, but better. Oh my god, I love this card. I love this card. I've never seen it before. I guess never seen it before is probably inaccurate. I've skimmed the set multiple times and missed the common Deduce. Interesting, though. Now, what's the play? Immodane's not lethal. But is it enough? I guess Immodane's plus... Maybe we just train troops. That seems a bit better. Then we can do this. Buff once. Stops Epicure. Nah. It's fine. Alright. We might be able to sweat through a frickin' Gearhulk Opus now. We probably can't sweat through double Gearhulk, though. So if it's just Gearhulk, maybe we got a shot. But if it's Gearhulk plus Opus, we're probably dead. Another Fable to start the turn. That means we're not getting Gearhulked, which means that they're likely dead. And the land's tapped, so Immodane's is likely enough. Resolute was exactly what I wanted to draw. As long as Immodane's doesn't get hit with a Censor and make disappear. And even if it does, we're not in bad shape. Alright, this should be lethal. I haven't counted. No need to count most of the time. Also, there's no punish for attacking, so it just makes sense to send with everybody no matter what. All right, chat, that's it. 4-1 with Boros Convoke featuring War Leader's Call and Novice Inspector. Let's do a little bit of post-mortem here for the league. First and foremost, I gotta say, War Leader's Call, we drew it a couple times. It was expensive, lackluster. I think that it's going to be excellent in Standard, because in Standard, we don't have Venerated Luxodon to give that extra boost, and so it acts as a damage output that also gives us another of the Convoke payoff style thing. But in Pioneer, I think what we really need is we just need the Thalius back in the main deck over the War Leader's Calls. And I think that what that does is it gives us a reasonable amount of protection from the 3-mana sweepers that exist in the format. You know, if everyone's playing like spell-based blue-red decks, you know, with the new set, obviously Thalia going to be excellent against those strategies as well. Our one loss in the league came to a Jeskai control deck, I think. And it was the Gearhulk Opus deck, but we beat it once, and we beat another blue-red control deck, or Jeskai control deck with like Lightning Helix and stuff. So overall, I think that our deck is great against any deck that's not trying to Amalia combo us, or any deck that doesn't have 3-mana sweepers. And even against decks that do have 3-mana sweepers, we have plenty of counterplay and plenty of ways to push back. And I think that because of that, I do think that Boros is good, but I just don't see War Leader's Call being effective enough in the deck to warrant it main. Now, I will say that Novice Inspector was great. I mean, every time I drew it, it was just another Thraben Inspector style card. Felt really nice. You know, the Gleeful Demolitions, the Epicures, the Imidanes, these are all integral red cards to the strategy. War Leader's Call, likely worse than other Imidanes, and I'm already kind of soft on the 4th Imidane. So I'm just going to say that I would play 2 Thalia main over the 2 War Leader's Calls, and then I would put probably 2 Cathar Commando or similar to help out against Temporary Lockdown, because Lockdown is so strong. I really like that Cathar Commando has Flash against those decks, so I can kind of sit, and it has 3 power, so we get to go let them Wrath me. In a turn, Cathar Commando, untap, attack, and then for the rest of the game, you have 1 mana left up to blow up the lockdown whenever it's viable. The Torch to Towers didn't come in much, but I don't know that they're even better than playing more Containment Priest. Obviously, a Molly combo quite annoying, but you need to figure out a package, and these 5 seem reasonable. Wedding Announcement is mostly for Rakdos. We didn't play against Rakdos, but if I'm not bringing in against the grindy control decks, I don't know that it should be in the deck at all. Maybe we just need more like 1-mana disenchant type cards that can destroy Temporary Lockdown, more things that can protect our creatures. Maybe like Brave the Elements probably is not good enough, but maybe something like oh man, the one that sees play Mono White Hammer. We had it in our deck the other day. I forgot the name of it, but yeah, Fragmentize being a sorcery is probably too weak. But this is what I would recommend going forward. That's going to do it for this league. Thank you so much for watching this video. I'm Tandy. I stream weekdays, playing mostly Pioneer, but I am trying to follow the RCQ format. And make sure to check out my Patreon, patreon.com/Tandy. It's where I post all my written articles, including sideboard guides. I recently posted a really long article for all of my cards from the new set, Karlov Manor, that I thought were great for Pioneer with a bunch of deck lists. Check out our sponsors, Brainstorm Brewery. They're a slice of life magic podcast featuring some really great folks, including Castlin, one of my good friends. Also, make sure to check out Moxfield for all your deck building needs. Moxfield's a great way to create and share decks. Apex Gaming sponsors us as well, apexgaming.gg, for more info about their tournament series. We'll be starting Season 4 here in April, and they're having a team open at the beginning of March. Make sure to check out apexgaming.gg for more info. And then lastly, our brand new sponsor, Games and Comics Paradise. Games and Comics Paradise is a game store out of Fairfax, Virginia, specializing in the trading card game market, from Lorcana to Yu-Gi-Oh! To Magic the Gathering. Make sure to check out Games of Comics pair o dice for any of your singles needs. And that's going to do it. Thanks for watching. I'm Tandy. We'll see you next time.